It's a no-brainer, guys. We need God. We need God. We need God. Do you hear me? Don't play around with your relationship with God. Let me tell you, I'm back running to the God tree in the dark saying, God, I'm here. What do you have to say to me? And he doesn't disappoint me, guys. Let me tell you, he doesn't disappoint. It was a question that my coach from the Nike Running Club asked. Coach Ben said, what is the best lesson you learned this year? And in thinking about it, it's just for us to keep going, guys. You hear me? Keep going. No matter what comes our way, the challenges, the stresses, the frustrations, just wake up every day and say, God, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. And we keep going, guys. But the most important part of it is that we have to keep going with God, with our focus on Him, man. Our minds and our hearts, just looking to God every moment, every second. God, what is it that you would have me to do here? What would you have me to say? Where would you have me to go? And just learning to lean on God more and more and more. Don't lean on people, guys. People are weak. People going through their own stuff. You got to lean more on God. You hear me? So that's why we have to take this prayer times with God seriously, so we can learn His voice, we can learn His character, we can learn His ways, His principles for our lives, man. Like today, before I went out to the tree, I was just looking up, I put the word joy in my email, and I said, let me see what posts come up with the word joy. And it was just my verse from Habakkuk 3:18 showed up. That we shall be joyful in God no matter what's going on, okay? That we gotta be joyful in God, our Savior. Get to the tree, go to page 7. Can you believe that very verse showed up again? Go again to my Jesus Always meditation book. Just did the scroll key at the bottom, say, God, what do you have to say to me here? And it was the same message about being joyful in God. Okay, guys? So that's my message to us today. No matter the troubles, the stresses, the challenges, whatever comes our way, we shall be joyful in God, our Savior. Because we know we're not going through life alone. Okay? So on the way back, after thinking that we're going to be the best lesson for this year is to be joyful, to keep going, I run back. Carrie recorded a message this morning. Can you believe that's what he said? That we must keep going with our eyes and our hearts focused on God. You hear me? I don't know where I would be without these Carrie messages, guys. Every day I wake up and I got to listen to them and get that God mindset for my life, that I am not going through my life alone. You hear me? We are not going through life alone. God's presence is with us always. So for Carrie to repeat what I said, that was my biggest lesson for the year. I just took that as a high five from God to say, Nick, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. Let's keep going, my boo. You hear me? We're going to keep going with God no matter what comes our way. Just every moment, every second, just keep reminding yourself, God is with me, God is with me, God is with me. And there's no situation too difficult for God. We just have to show up, keep giving our best, one moment at a time, one step at a time. Just asking God to guide us, to help us, to make the right decision, to make wise decisions. We got to pause before we do anything and say, okay, God, what is your perspective here? And how can I enter into this moment to glorify you? So sometimes God does ask us to do hard things. You hear me? Sometimes He asks us to endure some difficult stuff. So we're going to do everything for God. I saw a funny reel said to tell God, say, don't put me on your toughest soldier list for 2024. But I'm not with that. I say, God, put me on the toughest soldier list. I'm your girl. I want to learn these hard lessons. Because I want to be all that you've created me to be, God. And I want to share all these messages with the world that we have to evolve. We got to evolve to be these people that God Himself would have us to be. Okay? So He does ask us to do some tough stuff. Yes, He does ask us to suffer and to work hard and to keep going, even when we don't feel like going, to keep getting up. Keep our focus, our hearts, our minds on God. Keep leaning on Him. Remember that word synergy I told you guys about? That when we're weak, God is our strength. Nothing we can't do. We can do all things with God by our side. Just keep committing yourself to getting even stronger with Him. You hear me? Keep committing yourself to a stronger relationship with God. We need Him, we need Him, we need Him. It's a no-brainer. We need God. So make God number one. Wake up every day, have your appointments with Him. God, what is it? What is it you have to say to me? And let's keep showing up and keep giving our best as if God Himself has asked us to be these people in the world on His behalf. Okay? I promise you, when you lean on God, He doesn't disappoint you. Okay? So let's keep going. Let's keep our hearts, our mind, our souls focused on God Himself. He's with us. He's for us. He's on our side. Peace.